Hey, it's Darik from Mix 96 with another edition of Darik's Good Deeds brought to you by justserve.org. Today, we're going to be talking to Coach Roz from the Playmakers. It's an organization here in Sacramento to help disadvantaged kids. And you just need to meet Coach Roz to understand how great this organization is. So we're going to talk to him about what's going on with the Playmakers here in Sacramento. We're here with Coach Roz from the Playmakers in Sacramento. Coach, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
What a privilege to be here. Thank you guys for taking the time and wanting to know more about what we're up to. I'm excited.
Well, tell us about the organization. You founded this organization, right? In Sacramento.
I did. I founded it 13 years ago. I was coaching in the inner city, and the short story, Darik, is that we had kids no different than in any other city that were living literally in cars and hotels. And those kids desperately needed to be mentored and looked after. And loosely, we began a mentoring organization, Darik, literally just to make sure, step one, that they made it through the weekend and that they had something to eat. And from there, we began to get them serving in the community. We began to work with them with academics and show them and empower them to be leaders in the community. And over the years, we've grown into working with both kids with developmental differences and kids that may never otherwise have an opportunity for sports experiences.
Well, that was my next question. We referred to you as Coach Roz, and you have coaching experience in your life outside of this organization too, but also in this organization. Tell us how sports are integrated into it.
Well, sports is the glue or the carrot for kids to do some amazing things. If we provide sports opportunities for kids that otherwise wouldn't get to play, then as an incentive to play, they will improve their grades, they'll improve their behavior, they'll serve in the community, they'll do all of the right things that from a character standpoint that we look for in kids today. And that's really the best part of sports.
How many people have been involved or kids have been involved with the organization so far? It started in 2009, right?
Yeah, over the years, we've had a couple of thousand kids come through our camps. Now, we do a summer sports camp. And Darik, I'm the first person that believes the world does not need one more football camp, and I'm a football coach. But we do with the help of one of our playmakers who was just nominated for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, Harrison Phillips. He's one of our playmakers and a Buffalo Bill. And we do a series of camps around the country completely free to kids and families that wouldn't otherwise get an opportunity to play. So that's kind of our crown jewel of summer activities. And then from there, we relationally connect with those kids and families and get them involved throughout the year in a variety of different activities. And for that, they serve in the community, they improve their grades, and they do the right things. And it's just a win-win for everybody.
Now, Coach, was the first city that you were involved in doing this organization, was it here in Sacramento? Because I know that there's also organization in Omaha and also in Buffalo.
That's correct. I'm from Sacramento. I was raised here 150 years ago. I went to Encina High School, and I coached here in Sacramento. So we would do camps here first in Sacramento. We now do those in Buffalo because, as I said, one of our playmakers is a Buffalo Bill. The Bills gave us their facility, Darik. We're the only camp, I believe, in the country that an NFL team gives us their facility to host it because it's free and because of the kids that get to participate. So we do one in Buffalo, obviously because Harrison's there. We do one in Omaha because that's Harrison's hometown. We're getting ready to do one over in the Bay Area because we have a new relationship, a new playmaker, Mike McGlinchey, the offensive tackle for the 49ers. So we'll do one over there at the Fremont School for the Deaf, and then one in Southern California. But all of them just serve to bring kids together so that we can connect them then throughout the year.
Sure. Side note, personal question. Are you a 49ers fan?
Well, The answer is I've become one
Uh-huh.
since Mike has joined us. Now, I was back in the 1800s. I was a camp quarterback for the Oakland Raiders.
I
Uh,
see. Okay.
and as time goes by, the lie of the length of my career gets longer, and there's fewer people alive to dispute it. So I still follow the Raiders, but I'm truly a high school football junkie.
Right on. Coach, I was hoping that you weren't going to say the Raiders because I'm a Broncos fan,
Is
and
this going to
that goes
shorten
back.
up the interview?
No, no, no. I'm a Broncos fan, and we have a hell of a rivalry in the AFC West, so that hurts a
Well,
little bit.
one of my dear friends and the guy that's been very involved in our organization lives over in Woodland. His name's Craig Penrose.
Mhm.
He was a San Diego State legend and then was a quarterback for the Denver Broncos. So
Broncos, right?
that's my Bronco connection.
Right on. That's cool. Well, how has COVID-19 and the stay-at-home orders and everything that we've been through in 2020 impacted the organization? Has it limited you to be able to do events? I mean, how have you adapted?
Well, yes, it's limited in that we couldn't do our summer big camps this summer, but our staff has gotten unbelievably creative and made the best of this. We have, Darik, a children's board of directors, which I don't know if there's anybody else in the country that's got one, but we have a children's board of directors made up of kids with developmental differences that actually have board meetings and a say in what we do. So we, for instance, rented a drive-in movie theater and we did a socially distanced drive-in movie with activities for the kids. Harrison did a surprise show up. So that's one of the things that we did. We do a movie night where we've partnered with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and the bigs bring their littles over, and we watch movies, and there's pizza. One of our partners is Chicago Fire, and they supply us with tremendous food. So we've adapted to smaller activities, but a full calendar throughout the year.
That's amazing. And by the way, we've done interviews and work with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and they're a great organization too. Glad to hear that you guys are working together. That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, what events do you have coming up that we can be involved in, and how can we help out? Can we make monetary donations? What can we do watching this?
Well, of course, like many nonprofit organizations, monetary donations are so important. But Darik, equally as important to the monetary donations are the relational connections that we can make. And I'll give you an example. We are getting ready to form a youth sports league for kids and families here in Sacramento that cannot afford or would not otherwise get an opportunity to play. So, for instance, Big Brothers Big Sisters. Those kids cannot plug into a competitive comp basketball or youth football level. So we're creating a league for them where they get an opportunity to play sports 12 months a year completely free. Well, it takes finances to drive that. So finances, volunteer coaches, corporate partnerships, just people that are passionate about kids, underserved kids, and sports. There's really a pretty good place for you on our team.
Was there a moment? One last question: was there a moment in this organization in your life when you are involved in this organization that was very striking to you, that made you realize, I know that this is my calling and I know that I'm doing the right thing? That one moment that really struck you?
Because I'm old, there have been several. But most recently, a single mom who drove her child from Natomas to Folsom to get to play in an inclusive basketball game for kids with developmental differences. And she, again, a single mom, you can about imagine trying to make ends meet. And she has a son with significant differences. And she's in tears saying, this is the first time that my son has ever played basketball with anybody other than himself. That you go, okay, keep plodding along.
That's incredible. Thank you, Coach Roz. I appreciate your time so much. And
thank you guys, and get out to one of our events and let's throw the ball around a little bit.
that'd be fun. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it, Coach Roz of the Playmakers here in Sacramento. We so thank you for your time, and thank you for joining us in this crazy ending of the year. Thank you, Coach.
My pleasure.
Thanks again to Coach Roz at the Playmakers here in Sacramento for doing just incredible work here in the area. And we wanted to let you know that the kids of the Playmakers have a Get Active challenge. So what you do is you send a video 10 minutes long of you exercising or doing something active. And then what they do is they share that with other kids and challenge the next person to do the Get Active challenge. If you want more information, you can go to theplaymakers.org/Sacramento to learn how to motivate service in your community. Once again, another edition of Darik's Good Deeds powered by justserve.org and Mix 96.